to be to come up with some rules for our garden. Now, as you know, we're starting a brand new garden out here. We've got 2 raised beds, and that's it. This garden is going to be open to everybody from the school. It's not just going to be a 3rd grade garden. It's going to be from 4-year-olds in pre-K all the way up to our 4th grade people. What our goal is today is to come up with some rules as a school for the people who are going to be using that garden. And I want you to think when you're making these rules, we want to try to make them as positive as we can. So we don't want to say no running. Think about how we can say that in a nice, positive way. Okay? And I've got some things here that are going to get you started thinking about what kind of rules we need. We're going to try to make them short and sweet. Okay, listen to this first scenario. You're going to know real quick what's wrong with it. What you're going to do is turn it around and we're going to make a rule. Okay, first scenario. Someone is dashing through the garden and accidentally runs over and crushes a plant. What does dashing mean first?
Really fast.
Running really fast. Okay, so how could we turn that around to make that a rule so that people aren't doing that? What could we say, Holly?
Please no running.
Okay, we want to try to get rid of that no, if we can. How can we say that really, really super positive? Now you know how hard it is for teachers to make rules.
Please walk.
Ooh, I like that. Please walk.
Please walk.
Please walk. Please walk. Does that sound good to y'all?
Yeah.
Sounds nice. It's a nice way of saying don't run in our garden.
Okay.
Okay, so let's put that up there. Please walk. A student is playing with a shovel by spinning it in the air, and it hits another person in the back. How do we say that nicely? And let's not use please. We've already used it once. Is a shovel the only tool that we're going to have out there?
No.
No, it's not. A shovel's not going to be the only thing we have out there. We're going to have several tools. This was just the example of using a shovel. So let's think about safety and how to handle those tools. Ella?
Be safe with the tools.
Be safe with the tools. I like that.
Be safe.
Okay. So use tools safely. Does that, if you were to walk in there with your family, will they understand that rule? Use tools safely?
Yes.
And if they didn't know what safely meant, can you guys tell them what that means?
Yeah.
And that's because you're in here and I've already said that. Let's leave those up there. We can read over them a couple times. And if we think of something that needs to be changed or we don't like the way something is worded, we can go ahead and change that at that time. Let's talk about what jobs people are going to have. I can't take care of the garden myself. We have 2 areas. So you guys are going to be helping me do this. We need to think about the jobs that need to be done though. And the main ones that I really want to talk about are watering, weeding, and feeding. Now we're going to need a couple more than that, but those are the main ones. Let's start first with those 3 groups. Now for watering, we're going to water Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm going to get my watering group first. You ready? Now on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that doesn't necessarily mean we need to water. It means you 3 are going to check it. Now to check it to make sure it needs water, you're going to put your finger in the dirt, up to about right here, this first knuckle, and wiggle it. Show me. Show me. Wiggle it. Okay, if it feels wet, do we need to water?
No.
Now it rained this morning, not a lot, but it did rain. So if you went out there today, you put your finger in the dirt, wiggle it around. If it's wet down in here, do you need to water?
No.
If it still feels dry down here, it might feel dry at the top. But what about down at the bottom?
If
If it feels dry at the bottom, what are you going to do?
water.
You're going to go ahead and water. Monday, let's put a raindrop. Monday. Oh, Wednesday. Friday. Can y'all remember what that raindrop means?
Water.
So do I have my weeders? Okay, your job. You are going to check for weeds every Wednesday. What does Wednesday start with?
W.
What does weed start with?
W.
Can you remember to weed on Wednesday?
Yes.
Weeding on Wednesday. So let's look on Wednesday. I'm going to put an X. for weeding? Feeding group. The people who know how to measure and mix and be careful. Feeding group, you ready? We are going to fertilize on Friday. What does fertilize start with? What does Friday start with? You think you can remember fertilize Friday? Fertilize Friday? Now, I wish I could draw something really cute for eating, but I can't. So I'm just going to put a star. Okay, for tips for the garden rules. Number one, in our situation, we have pre-K through 4, so think about that total age group, and also keep the rules as short and simple as you can, because they do have to go across grade levels.